All right, so today we are going to go over how to create pivot tables. Pivot tables can help you take a big, relatively unhelpful list of data like this and turn it into a readable report. Um, the first thing we're going to need to do is create a blank pivot table. We can go to data and hit pivot table for that. It automatically pulls up the entire list of data as a range here, and I can insert it into a new sheet that will helpfully create for me. You can see it named Pivot Table 1 down here. Now, this isn't going to be too helpful to start with. I can either go over here and use one of the suggested pivot tables. Let's take a look at what those are. Average amount. So I can see here that it just gives me an average amount of money that I have spent in each of these categories. Not too helpful. Or I can do a number of unique descriptions for each account. Also not too helpful. What you're probably going to end up needing to do is just make your own, and that's what we're going to do here. So if I go back over here, what I might want to do is find out say how much money I'm using in each category per each, let's say per each account. So let's do add a row, and the category is going to be our rows. And then what we're going to do is add columns, and the account is going to be what we use for the column fields. This is pretty decent. And the values are going to be, I want to know how much money that I'm spending. So I'm going to use the amount field as the value. And you see we've got some pretty nice data here. And we're doing sum. If you just wanted to know the number of transactions, we could do count. But I think it's more helpful here to do sum so I know how much money I'm spending. Now let's just go here and see the paycheck is positive and all of our expenses are negative. So when this adds up, what it's telling us is how much money we have left over at the end of the pay period. If we wanted to filter this, let's say I want to know how much money that I spent in January. Let's go back over here, add a filter. The filter is going to be the date. So what we're going to have to do is clear, and then we'll search for 1/, and then we'll select all. And then we'll just uncheck this one because it's in February. And that looks like a pretty good filter set for us. Let's hit OK. And you can see that we are now filtered down to data only in January, and it's looking much less impressive at only $133.56 left over instead of $3,000. Let's just clear the filter and move it up to February and select everything except for this one and this one and hit OK. And this is looking a bit better. We've got now 2,500 left over. If we wanted to just know the number of transactions that we made in February, let's go count. And we made 20 transactions, including our paychecks. So 1 money-making transaction and 19 expenses. Now, that is about everything that we are going to do with pivot tables. If this helped you out, go ahead and subscribe and stay tuned for more Google Sheets and Excel tips and tricks. Thank you.